Hello YouTube and welcome to the first video of my Konosuba reaction series, a new series for the channel here today. Or I guess I should say Konosuba, God's blessing on this wonderful world. But I'm probably just going to say Konosuba a bunch. So yeah, context. I had a poll. The poll went for barely 24 hours. It had 5 shows on it. Konosuba won over, what was it, Princess Jellyfish, your boy Kong Ming, Detroit Metal City, and Delicious in Dungeon. And one over those 4. If you want the full dive into the results, you can see that on the Discord. But yeah, Konosuba won. A lot of people wanting to see it or wanting to watch me watch it, I guess. And yeah, I'm happy to oblige there. I think just a couple pieces of housekeeping before we do anything else at all. One, you may be like, you look like a little red dog. Are you okay? I got kind of very sunburnt. over my little holiday there over the middle of this week. So I'm red. I'm red as a freaking prawn, if I'm honest. It's also part of the reason I didn't record yesterday because I was literally dying because of my sunburn. So put on sunblock. It helps. That is the lesson that I wish I told myself a while ago. The other one is I have seen the first episode, or maybe the first 2 episodes of Konosuba before. And that's going to add into this video's, I guess, structure as well. We're going to try to get to new content as quickly as possible. As a result, we're going to do 2 today. We're probably going to do 2 most weeks. I'm thinking some weeks we can even do up to 4. And that's kind of the tone of this slot, right? Is that this is the first comedy, or pure comedy, I've done on the channel since Panty and Stocking way back in the day, ages ago. So I'm thinking I can go through this at a relatively good pace. Because I've seen some worries out there about people like, oh, this was meant to be a short slot, and this is a show with 2 seasons, upcoming season, a spin-off, and a movie. 1, I don't think I'll do the spin-off. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I will, maybe I won't. 2, we're probably going to wait on season 3. We'll see how we go there. But if by the time that I'm done up to where I am and season 3 is fully out, that we can keep going. But I just don't want to do 1 a week of Konosuba. I don't think that's really the tone here. And yeah, I'm going to be moving at a good pace, multiple episodes basically every week. That's going to be the goal here. And multiple episodes in a row as well. So specifically for this week, but maybe future weeks as well, we're not going to be pausing and stopping on every episode to discuss it in great detail. It's going to be a little bit more broad, pointing at examples, blah, 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 instead of full-on plot recaps and that kind of thing. From my experience with the show, doesn't seem like it's kind of thing. That being said, what I do for every single new show I do on the series is I have a quick look at the ANN, have a quick look at the staff that have worked on it and see what they have done. For Konosuba in particular, I think it's way more interesting to look over here as opposed to looking over here. But I had a quick look over here anyway, so let me bring some of those up. Starting with the director, I've already kind of Control F directed there for Takaomi Kanasaki. If I can speak words, that would be good. I specifically went director. Hey, what has he directed? And some of these are kind of interesting. So is this a zombie? That's kind of like a nothing show from my experience. So not a lot there. Basically all of Konosuba. So that's this, which is season 1. That's season 2. That's the movie. So sure. Obligatory Evangelion reference for sure. As we scroll down a little bit further, we've got Princess Connect Redive, which I've never seen, but I heard was pretty good for what it is, which I think it's attached to a game of some kind. Normally not a great sign for an anime, but I heard that was pretty good for what it was. Also, episode directed a ton of School Rumble before directing season 2 proper. School Rumble I hear is quite good. I've read some of the manga and I thought it was decent. Other than that, not a ton here that I can really see that's all that jumping out to me. But yeah, I mean, has been around the block, kind of focuses on this kind of brand of comedy. Cutish girls, funny scenarios, maybe leaning a little bit, not ecchi, but, you know, raunchy, let's say. That kind of vibe. Next up, we have series comp from Makoto Uezu, we're going to say. And we scroll down here, we see a couple favorites of mine. I really like Assassination Classroom. I think that's a good show. But if we scroll down a little bit further, Danganronpa the animation is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Then if you scroll down a little bit further, this is the one that surprised me. Fucking Katanagatari series comp? Like, what? I guess it makes sense if you follow the lineage there a little bit, but yeah, definitely jumping out at me is a bit of a weird one. Radiant, which was that shonen thing. Yuki Yuna is a hero, which has always interested me, but I've never seen. School Days, which, you know, if you know, you know. Yeah, you know, stuff. Again, series comp is a weird one. I like series comp and script together. It gives me a better indication of them being a little bit more responsible for things, but series comp is the glue. It's the way I look at it anyway. Next up, we have the music from Masato Koda. If we scroll down here, there's not a ton here. We have Asobi Asobase, which I thought was funny, but I didn't really notice the music. Radiant again, so another connection there for sure. And then we have two absolute bangers here in Domestic Girlfriend and Conception. Conception in particular being just a god-awful isekai thing, I think. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure this is like a music thing. There's going to be some music. It's probably going to be used to enhance the comedy more than anything else. I'm not looking out for any Frieren-esque pieces that are going to blow me out of the water, let's put it that way. We have the original, I believe the light novels is Konosuba's based on, I believe, is from Natsumi Akatsuki. Again, if I can speak. We scroll down here. Basically, it's Konosuba and combatants will be dispatched, which got an anime adaptation relatively recently to some fanfare, I guess. But yeah, more using this as a vehicle to talk about this as a light novel adaptation, which is a bit weird, but it's also got a manga adaptation of the light novel, maybe? Yeah, light novel first, manga second, from what I can understand there, so pretty cool. Light novels generally have a focus on writing and stuff. So maybe? I don't know. It's weird as you watch more anime, you get to get the feel of what is a visual novel adaptation versus a manga adaptation versus what's a light novel adaptation, which is all very nerdy, but you know what I mean. It'll be interesting to see how that manifests, I think. Now, as I promised, I think, again, this is a lot more interesting because, less so you, but the rest of you are very good voice actors that I know of, and I mean, you're probably fine, I just don't know you. I know you, like a ton. Amazing work in Sangatsu in particular. Oh my god, what a performance. Yeah, a ton of stuff from Ai Kayano there. Ria Takahashi is one of the most famous voice actors working today. I would become exhausted telling you all the things she's been in. I started off thinking she was somewhat overhyped. I have changed my tune. She is incredible. She probably deserves that title of most famous VA or whatever the hell. A couple more names I recognize, of course. You, for sure. You, for sure. And this show has my goat in it as well. So that's my goat, everybody. If you guys like, oh, who's his goat? Who does he respect the most in anything? It's you. So yeah. Never gives a bad performance. Definitely looking forward to whatever the hell a Yun Yun is in episode 11. So yeah, I mean, insane cast, but I think I basically knew that already. Yeah, I had a quick scroll through the rest of this, and there's not really much else that's taking my eye. But yeah, seems competent. I guess I should scroll down here and see who's making this sucker. Studio Dean, I think. And I normally find Mal better for this. Studio Dean, made up of former Sunrise, I believe, from way back in the day. I've got it set to score, so you're going to see all the good shows first, if I can get a perfect thing here. Rakugo Shinju is really good. So sure. Rurouni Kenshin, Sasaki, and Miyano, which I think is a, BL thing. The new Higurashi stuff, Initial D something. Ranma Half, Original Urusei Yatsura. Angel's Egg, which is fucking random as hell. Original Fruits Basket. Yeah, there's quite a bit here. Sure. Seems like they've been around for a while and know what they're doing and stuff, but also seems like a little bit of a merc job where they're just going to get dudes in, because I don't really see it's not Kyoto Animation, you're not going to see a definite link between all the shows here. They're pretty eclectic, let's say. Sakamoto desu ka? Anyway, I digress. Studio Dean, sure. Without any further ado, I'm going to be jumping into episodes 1 and 2 of Konosuba. Again, maybe not expect as much discussion as some other stuff, considering I have watched these, even if it was some amount of time ago now. Again, what do I know? It's like an isekai thing. They're going to be isekai'd. Or he's going to be isekai'd into isekai world. And again, I've been on the internet before. I know what Aqua does, and I know what Megamin does, and I know what Darkness does. But we're going to see how that manifests in the show. Maybe I'll be surprised in that regard. Either way, just some chill stuff before I jump right into episodes 1 and 2. So if you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join Discord, love Discord. Discord, and yeah, jumping into episodes 1 and 2 of Konosuba right now. Okay, Konosuba Nation. I have that up there ready to go. But first I wanted to show you this. These are the subs. The FFF ones, I'll get you another name for the file set here in a minute as well, but I'm also doing the Japanese audio track. So I'm doing the sub and not the dub, which, you know, people will have opinions about, I'm sure. Let me get a name for this set as well. That would be the Terai Sensei set thing. Okay, either way, I've got that little chunk up there ready to go in the corner, 25 minutes and 13 seconds. You can either follow with this version, you will have a timer, and you will sync it and do all that kind of stuff, or there is a picture-in-picture version available in the description below. Access at your leisure, that kind of thing. And yeah, just going to give it a 3, 2, 1 and jump right into episode 1 of Konosuba. Radio? 3, 2, 1, go. That was a bit of an abrupt start, but maybe that was just my file. Yes. We're doing the isekai thing, I'm sure. Limited edition net game, of course. Okay, so he kind of lives in the sticks. Okay. Well, would you rather not go to a store? Yeah, okay, that tracks. Don't talk to me about sunlight. Yeah. Okay. This is very abrupt. It's just like, oh yeah, we're isekaiing. Gotcha. And then I remember Aqua's here or something, right? I think that's how this works. So this is why I want to get these first 2 episodes out of the way, because I've got a pretty good memory of what happens here. That's one thing I forgot to mention as well. We're going to be kind of ecchi here, which is going to be a thing as well. You may be isekai'd. And I have not been living under a rock, so I definitely have heard this before. Because we are fantastic dreamers. Did you know that Konosuba's popular? Yeah, look at him go. This is definitely my favorite part here. Like, that part of the song is so gorgeous. It'll be very interesting contrasting this with Frieren as well, which I am watching on the channel at the moment. Oh yeah, this is fun. Just like a super serious take on you know, the fantasy party thing versus, you know, and all these side characters, which I don't really know that much about. So, you know. Did you save the girl? Very cool. I don't get the feeling you're that excited about it. Oh, so it was pointless. Gotcha. Wait, it was a tractor? Yeah. How did he die then? I'd laugh at him too. You know what's going to be great about this show, though? Good voice acting. Like, voice acting's already a standout. Indeed. I see. You can be isekai'd or go to heaven. Great shot. No way. I'll take the isekai, please. Why are you trying to convince him to isekai, though? She's so dramatic. Why not isekai? Have you considered isekai? How about an AR-15? Something you want, huh? Okay, just a quick conversion, gotcha. I like the brochure. Yeah, it's like she's a salesperson. It's funny. I wonder what piece of equipment he's going to use. Hey man, at the end of the day, you got good character designs, you got good voice acting. It does so much. It really does. Like this guy Kazuma, he's got that ReZero drip on. Just the fucking jacket and pants. I died outside my house. Therefore I'm not a shut-in. Oh my god. Incel? I choose the potato chip. Getting the Death Note drip. Wait, what? Who the hell is this? It's actually a pretty good strat, right? Like, pick the god to come with me. I mean, in theory, until you meet the actual Aqua. Can't fight for beans. I love a good have to defeat the Demon King. She should really invest in some underwear. I just love the power dynamics switching like instantly. I'm gonna imagine they're tights. That other girl seemed really happy about that too. So, tan on the loud side too. So we'll knock it down a notch. That water looks really nice. Good old Axel. I really have been isekai'd. Just full on losing it. What is this pause? Keep the kids away. I can't go home. You have to defeat the Demon King. Come on. I mean, good RPGs, yeah. Cause I know video games. What are you talking about? Camera loves this angle. Yeah, I don't care about that shit. I'm detached. I wouldn't go that far. You're not particularly useful either. Alright, we found it. We went okay. Bit of rough housing inside. Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. I've never seen a person in a tracksuit before. Yeah. Do you want to put some like armor on or something? That'd be a good start. I love how he's so like into it. Also, his character design being like so different. Allegedly, yeah. That's the idea. I put my video game expertise to real life use. Yeah, keep shitting on him. Oh my god. Bitchy. He's very rude to women. Which tracks considering, you know, gamer moment. Yeah, you gotta make some money. Well, you don't have any money either. You should have picked money instead of Aqua. We don't have any money. We can't order anything. Gotta find a job, my friend. Which I mean is foreign to the neat type guy. Hikinito? Sure. Make us some money, Aqua. Find a way. Give me some money. Get shit on. You gotta find some other priests. Correct. What a nice guy. Sure. I do not believe you are actual goddess. Bit of shame, bit of shame. Just got fraud checked. It happens. It happens. Everyone's got fat asses in this shit. Like, at this point, give Kazuma a fat ass as well. Like, honestly. Yeah, okay. RPG stuff. Yes, ma'am. Whoa. Blue goo. This is very, Futurama. You know how you get, like, that one chip which is your job? What did you get, my friend? Let me know. That's pretty bad. Okay, luck build. We can work with it. Luck is essential. What are you talking about? Oh, that's so funny. Just the dynamics between Aqua and Kazuma. Yep. Okay. The opposite. But luck is super low. You're stupid and unlucky. I think it's too early to be going pure support. You need some more cast members. Party members. Look at all these dweebs. Hell yeah. She's so impressive. Yeah. In the video game it is, for sure. Voice acting's fantastic. Kara making. How much longer do we have in this? Oh, not long. I seem to have memories of them, like, living in, like, a barn. I don't know where that's coming from. Could be a different isekai. Let's face it, there's quite a few. Oh, look at him go. What a Chad. Maybe not cut out for the manual labor stuff. Leave it to the buff guys. Told ya. Told you there was a barn. Oh, Aqua's loving it. Already have some new costumes too. Look at him go. Just lag him behind a little bit. Love a good musical montage. It's basically Frieren. Yeah. You can't go with them working class guys. They'll destroy you every time. They'll drink you under the table, man. Yeah. That's not adventuring at all. Ah. Cute. Right, we just got distracted. What are we even doing? What have we been doing for the past, like, musical montage? That guy's got a fucking ass too. It's time for a job to appear before us. Is she drinking milk? Strange. Not gonna lie, I'm a milky kind of guy. Nice, cool, tall glass of milk. What were you thinking, Aqua? Sure. Let's do something easy then. But you only know healing stuff. Sure. Don't know if irony or not. There you go, there's the undercut. And then a Konosuba ending. Very, very cool. So I was a little bit hesitant to watch this, right? Because I'm like, I remember not liking this all too much like a year or two ago. Maybe more than that, like 3 or 4 years at this point. Um, at the end of the day, I think I was just had such an aversion to isekai that I was just like, ew. But if you come in fully expecting isekai and all the things that go along with isekai and understand that it's almost kind of isekai parody in spots, then that's fine. You can put that aside. The thing that's getting me is that, oh yeah, this is just a show that has great voice acting and really cute character designs. It's half the battle. That's half the battle, my friends. So if we're taking it on that base level, then like Aqua's cute. I don't know. It's a pretty good episode 1. And I haven't even met the other 2 yet. Now I know they go on a quest next episode and try to defeat something. Do I have any great memories of what that is? Not really. But I know that they do that. And then I'm kind of stopped there and I don't really know what happens after that. So then's the breaks. Is that in next time on? Most probably. I'm not going to worry too much about skipping next time ons for Konosuba, I don't think. Which apparently just like to stop really abruptly. Either way, I'll get up episode 2 and we'll knock that one over relatively quickly. Rightio. I've got episode 2 of Konosuba up there ready to go. 23 minutes and 41 seconds. Still probably the same picture-in-picture and all that jazz. Using the same subs and everything and stuff. Alright, I'm going to hit like play now. Rightio. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes. Talk to me. I like the pajamas though. What's wrong with this? That looks so comfortable. She's selling it. I don't know. Is it current year current year real estate climate? Ohio. Ohio Jane. It's funny. You're just gonna move away from the start of town. It's like the Shire versus like Gondor. It's a different vibe. I don't believe I can. Allegedly. That was ridiculously loud. Also, I like this. That's funny. Whenever they do stuff in tandem. We certainly are fantastic dreamers. I wonder how soon we'll meet the rest of the party. I think specifically I had this song. I must have had it on Osu or something, right? When I used to be a circle lord, but I no longer am. My man can't defeat a rock? Um, what else was I going to say? I'm losing my head. Too much Konosuba is melting my brain. Yes, I do remember Green Hills, and we fight something. Alright, we gotta defeat 5 giant toads in 3 days. That's oddly specific. It doesn't sound like it's going well. That's a giant toad. Yeah, they're giant. They're bigger than normal. That's really scary. Yeah, look at that. Fuck that. Children go missing too? That's terrible. Sure. I feel like this is just, some karma about to come your way. That's all I can help but feel. Here comes the comeuppance. Aqua's fucking dead? Holy shit. Konosuba. Oh, that's a cool advantage. Alright. You're covered in goo. I mean, have either of you bathed? Oh yeah, I remember you bathing last episode. So it must be the frog spit that's stinking up the joint. I think if they met you for 5 minutes, they may be a little bit disillusioned. Yeah. Nah, but she's cute, it's fine. Why are you fighting the different colored one, too? It's probably stronger. Godoblo. Seems like it reverbed through his body. Classic. Same shit. Love. That's a rule of threes, my friend. Wait, did we defeat one? Did he get it? Okay, sure. I guess we defeated the one that spat him out. Alright, whatever. We need another friend then. What is it? Looks like a bit of fried chicken or something. We need to find a friend. Hmm. I wonder about slutface as a translation there. Incel. So Aqua's delusional, that's good. This is like a Pokeball sound, that was fucking weird. Got no friends, that's good. Well, you only got one more day to defeat the frogs. That's fun. Look at the flyer. The music too. I don't think I'm believing these testimonials. It's made out of like crayon. I don't think you get anybody anywhere. Unless, of course, you know. Yes. Hello, Megumin. Now, the way I understand it, you have a bit of a chuny thing going on. Yes. Sure. The music's great too. Do you reckon they're buying it? It's a Crimson Demon. What just did she trip over nothing? Nashi hungry. Okay. That's pretty bad. You should probably eat something. Of course it is. Sure. Well, I saw you without your eye patch in the opening. Yeah. That scream was great too. No, I'm just, chuny. What's wrong with Megumin? Okay, sure. Hyoizaburo. And Yui Yui was the other one? That's just twice the Yui. I can go for that. Sounds good. We must feed her first. Because it looks like she's like about to die. Yeah, but we think it's stupid. Arco Wizardo. Alright. We've apparently got 2 out of 5. Okay. Purple frog. Other coloured frog. It was something or other. He never wants to say it. Rule the threes, ladies and gentlemen. A good old God's Requiem. Show me that same shot one more time, please. Not even. Okay, sure. Here she comes. Darkness blacker than dark with the blackness? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm just waiting for the undercut. That looks really cool, though. No, I mean, you got him. It probably seems like some overkill for, like, one frog. I think you got him. Frog was hiding nearby. King Frog. Did we feed her? We did. Now she's just out of fucking gas again. Aqua's still getting eaten. Well, you probably should have spared some more of that. You buy this? Great. Alright. Kazuma do something moment. Hey, we got him. Oh yeah, they can't move while eating. Gotcha. But now they're still covered in goo. It's true. I only know one spell, and it's the most powerful spell ever, but it uses all of my mana. That's funny. Never learnt. It's like a scratchy. I live for the explosion. Well, that doesn't make you very useful to our party of people that already aren't very useful. I think you've paired yourself up with two useless people. I think that's the end of the day here. I'm cheap, but I'm useless. Not the leg cross. It's got him in a chokehold. Aqua's just watching. Ew. Great. Now he's being blackmailed. Awesome. Debauchery. I see I see how I win. Works 100% of the time, every time. Okay. Thanks. Does that mean you're level 5 now? Hey, look at that. Money. Yes, ma'am. Is that even good? Let's imagine it's yen, 36 bucks. Wait, no, 360 bucks. Still not great. Okay, we can't do any of these. That sounds terrifying. Indeed. Moody, moody. That looked like a darkness. Yeah. Hello. Hello, darkness. Yeah, she's cool. An actual adult. Voice crack. Ew. But of course, I know your gimmick. What's your deal? Sure. What a teaser for the next episode. So, again, for the uninitiated, horny. Almost to a masochistic level is the way I understand it. Funny. No, it's pretty good. Megaman fun, voice acting very good. Frog's funny anime, and I like the joke with Frog Swallow Girl. Pretty good. I'm waiting till we escape the same location. We're really craving like a larger quest here, I think, which I'm sure will come to fruition. Like a bit of like a 2 or 3 episode arc of doing like a specific thing. But I like the idea of like Megaman being such a weirdo that like nobody wants her in any of their crews and only using explosion magic. It's like these are just like the rejects coming together that are all kind of useless for their own weird reasons. But hopefully the party can cover these weaknesses and they can succeed. Or at least fail in a funny way. The other thing is, again, if you're uninitiated to the channel, normally I would stop now and, review the episode in some detail and do some analysis. Unsure how much of that will occur. Doesn't seem really like an analysis show. And yeah, next time on, this cut off last time, so weird. Which it did cut off again as well. But yeah, just some brief thoughts and feelings on the first 2 episodes of Konosuba. So some of you may be familiar with my normal format, which will be, hey, watch an episode, maybe talk about it for the length of the episode again, and, really go back through and do a plot synopsis and all that kind of stuff, right? It's not really going to be that kind of thing for Konosuba, I don't think. Just not a lack of content, just a lack of substantial story-based movement content, right? It'll be more talking about concepts through the episodes, saying maybe my favorite joke or two, and kind of using examples from there, and maybe just ending the video. I don't know. It'll be very different for me, because definitely even with Penny and Stocking back in the day, it was still, changing up every skit. There would be art style changes. There would be really weird, fucked up jokes. There would be parody. There would be like a ton of stuff, right? There were things that you could talk about. Where with Konosuba, I think it's less of that. Not that it's not an entertaining product, I could see it almost a little bit as a comfort show, right? At the end of the day, even though bad things are happening to the characters, it is in such a comedic way that you can't even really... Like, you're not going to stay bummed out about what's happening to Kazuma and Aqua here, right? Therefore, unless we delve a little bit more into that characterful territory, or a genuine story arc territory, where a character goes through an arc and learns a lesson and substantially changes or anything, right? I don't think I should give it such attention yet. I don't know. Things may change, but this may be the style we go through, and therefore on my weekends off may be able to attack more episodes as a result. Just sticking with the 2 today, obviously. Probably 2 next week, but then from there, the world's our oyster. Up to and including 4 episodes, I think, is the expectation here. So either way, we're back in episode 1. I guess I should give you a brief, and when I say brief, I mean very brief story recap of these 2 episodes. So 1, we have Aqua and Kazuma here. Kazuma is neat. He is Hickey Neat, I believe we call him. He is a shut-in. He plays whatever the hell this game up here is, and has a large collection of manga and light novels and video games and stuff. He specifically leaves home, I'm guessing very early in the morning, to be in line to get a limited edition of a game, right? He sees a girl from his high school, which I'm going to imagine he's a high schooler, but is also a NEET. So are you going to high school or you were just a NEET? I don't know. Anyway, sees girl is in trouble, right? It turns out girl that may have been in trouble was merely waving hi to the tractor man. And then Kazuma, instead of actually getting truck-kunned, he gets tricked in his own mind into thinking he gets truck-kunned and then dying of shock, basically. Which again is a great like isekai subversion type thing. That's pretty good. So instead of like literal save girl, I don't know, heroic isekai, super serious, blah 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 blah, girl that does not need saving gets pushed out of the way of tractor of old man. Tractor stops before it even hits her, and old mate dies of shock and probably sunlight exposure considering his NEET status. Then anyway, we get acquainted with Aqua. A lot of ass, a lot of fucking tits and shit in this show. Definitely that's their vibe. Aqua is essentially a god or goddess. She's gonna be like, hey, you can be isekai'd or just go to heaven. And heaven's like super boring, so let me like upsell you on being isekai'd. And apparently you get to take one thing with you when you get isekai'd. Aqua's being kind of above it all and antagonistic. Kazuma seems like the kind of guy to not let shit go. Hey, I get one thing to come along with me when I get isekai'd. How about you? I'm gonna bring the goddess along with me. She is not very pleased about the whole thing. Where's her fucking deranged face here? Yeah, all this stuff, right? The pause thing's funny too. Again, more the video game aesthetic. Either way, this is the cards we have been dealt. We need to start adventuring and doing adventure stuff, and I will say she gets over it pretty quickly and, reacquaints herself to whatever life form the isekai is, right, on the ground level, not being a god anymore. So yeah, we find Adventurer Guild, and we quickly run into trouble where we don't have any money, and we are very low level. We also get our classifications here. I don't know if you picked an actual class, but you're like really high luck and slightly above average int. You're slightly below average int and negative luck, but you have high base stats, you have low base stats. That's how this is going to work. Essentially, you have all the power in the world. We see it in episode 2 where we're charging up fucking super fists and super lariats and stuff, and they just don't really touch the frogs because the frogs are physical resistant. Funny, right? I have all the power, all this power that I can control. However, I can't use it effectively because of my luck. You could almost even blame the luck as to why he's already found 2 more party members as well, even though they both seem as flawed as ever. Yeah, I found this part here really fun where they're getting checked and stuff. Like, great effect on it, very Futurama-esque, that kind of thing. Aqua being a little shit, like ho, 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 like that kind of vibe. Pretty good. I guess I'll address this here as well because this frame kind of matches it. I'm not quite vibing with some of the subbing for Kazuma's stuff. Is he meant to be like incel coded? Where he just hates women? Or I mean, Aqua is pretty obnoxious. I don't know, maybe slutface and bitch and stuff aren't that way inclined in the Japanese translation, let's say that. It's like, what has Aqua done at all to make her seem slutty? I mean, other than, but that's more the animator's fault than anything else. Anyway, I really enjoy this part at the end, like building up to a pretty fantastic joke, just like them, doing everyday stuff, making a little bit of money, doing their, doing what you do, just have a job, manual labor, for the love of it, just hanging out with the dudes, drinking of night, like just really loving it by the end, improving, that kind of thing. And then Kazuma's like, wait, this isn't why I'm here, I wanted to adventure. And then Aqua's like, wait, I don't want to be here, I'm a goddess. I want to defeat the Demon King and get the hell out of here. Again, of course, that's your lower than average intelligence talking, just absolutely forgetting everything, basically. A personal favorite joke from this episode, I must say, if I can find it. It probably is this stuff with the priest, I would say, right? Just like the absolute, like, degradation of Aqua here, if you know what I mean. Just like, okay, so you're a worshipper of a god that is beneath me, but you take pity on me to the point where you give me nickels on the dime, even though I'm the goddess that's superior to the person you're worshipping. And then, of course, the face to match as well. Just absolute despair. Love it. I guess I'll reiterate what I was saying before in the ending of episode 1. I had some hesitance in this winning the poll. I was like, am I going to like this? I watched this a while ago. I wasn't really that into it. I think I'm a very different anime viewer now. I appreciate different things. I was a very story Andy back in the day. I'm no longer really that way. I'm way more about character. I'm way more about production. And I'm way more about talent, especially voice talent. And I think we're doing that in a good way. I think these are good comedic characters. Of course, to make a good and interesting character, even in a comedic setting, you need contrast, right? So, of course, the goddess that is, like, pointless on the ground level, right? Pointless. Useless? Useless, that's a word. That's great. That's fantastic. It just leads to comedic situations. Some may say a mismatch in expectations, which may lead to comedic elements being revealed. The essence of a joke, right, is a mismatch between expectations. Megaman, very similar. I am all-powerful mage, come from fantastic clan/tribe of magician people, right? I have super chuny elements. I seem like I should be super powered, super awesome person, right? In a vacuum. But again, you see, this is a character voiced by Rie Takahashi. She is small and cute and stuff. She's essentially useless outside of her one big explosion spell. That's just great. That's fantastic. We're building this party of useless people. Even the thumbs up right at the end, right? We both know we're useless, so we can kind of see eye to eye on that level. That's great stuff. And of course, Darkness. I haven't seen much of Darkness. I know that she's horny. So is her being kind of like a professional, really serious looking knight, right? And her horniness gonna get in the way? Maybe. Maybe. I think it's like, again, like a masochism thing from memory. Or not memory, just cultural osmosis, I guess. And then, of course, Kazuma being almost like a straight man to it all, right? This guy that is familiar with the RPG mechanics and everything and just kind of sees things for what they are and comments on them, right? This isn't how it's supposed to go, and then getting manipulated, especially at the end of episode 2. Great stuff. I guess criticisms wise for the first 2 episodes as well. Has a lot happened? No, I've watched about 50 or so minutes, 40, 50 minutes of anime here. Would I say I have a good grasp of where we're going and what we're doing overall in a story department? No. Do I think that is needed from a show like Konosuba from what they've shown so far, and is it a little bit more freeform and that kind of thing? Yes. Would I like to have a greater grasp of what is going on overall in the world and beyond this small town? Do we need a new location? Also, yes. That's where I'm landing on this, I think. Again, just while I'm finishing up episode 1 here, the changes between, like, early Aqua here before she, like, starts to joke around and stuff, and, like, Aqua here when she realizes the tables have been turned is fantastic stuff, if I can pause there. Great. That's all we want from comedy, really. Now you got episode 2 up here, ready to go, of course. Can I say another thing critical as well while I'm here? Could I really distinguish between these 2 episodes? Like, did each episode have a specific style or a specific point to it, or was it more just continuation of a story? I would say more just continuation of a story, right? I'd love to get to a point where it feels like an episode is individually satisfying and has a particular point to it. Right now, we've got episode 1, which is introduction, and episode 2, which is just the frogs in general, right? And meeting Megaman, I guess. Would I like in the future for us to have a little bit more focus and maybe a mini arc there? Potentially. As I forgot to mention before, we're currently living in a barn. Aqua is wearing some downright fabulous pajamas to bed. And she kind of sells the barn life. Look how comfortable this looks. I mean, I'm kind of vibing with it. And Kazuma's just looking a little bit dumb there. Either way, off the back of episode 1, we've decided to, hey, we're actually going to try to do this adventuring thing for real. Let's do one kill quest, right? Should be fairly simple. We need to go to an area, right? This is the area. And specifically, I like, if I can actually find it, yeah, this stuff right here, right? Defeat 5 toads in 3 days. Like it's presenting this quest and this information to an audience. Almost video game-esque, right? Like, this is what our main characters, and by extension Kazuma, and by extension us, have to do this episode. I'd love this as a structure. It feels very Pokemon anime as well. Like, just a little bit of text on the screen at the start giving you a general gist of what the episode's going to be about. I'd love to see a kill quest or whatever quest for every subsequent episode. I think that would be fun. Either way, you have this really fancy, really over-the-top RPG-esque music, almost sounding very Pokemon as well, contrasted with Kazuma, of course, getting rolled by these toads, right? Just running away. And, of course, as we saw there before, Aqua just laughing at him. Of course, I've already got a pretty good grasp on the joke structure of the show. This is just begging for some comedic pathos, right? This is just begging for some comeuppance, and that's exactly what happens, right? I will say, for the record, these giant toads are terrifying. Like, sneaking in the forest and, like, tongue flies out and eats a goat whole. Are you kidding me? I will say I'm hearing the dub right now as I've kind of clicked on the episode as well, because it, like, kind of defaulted to the dub. Dub doesn't seem too bad, so, hey, shoutouts to Dub. Either way, there is the comeuppance in question. As she's yelling out to Kazuma to call her Aqua-sama, the unfortunate happens and she gets swallowed by the frog. Now, this was initially hard to follow, but I think the strat they're majorly going with is as these frogs are swallowing these people, whether it be Aqua or Megaman, they're susceptible to attacks, and that's when Kazuma's getting these hits in, and that's when we're actually defeating toads. If I remember specifically, you get swallowed like this twice, right? Which is bad. Aqua's not a fan. And then Megaman and Aqua get swallowed as a pair, and then Megaman destroys one with the giant fire. That gives you 5. They solve the quest. Gotcha. Just the grand contrast between you being smug before to now. Just, yeah, is this going to be the joke every time? Maybe. Is it working so far? Yes. In a very similar vein, I'm like charging up the God Fist or whatever the hell, right? And then, of course, you punch the frog, and yeah, just instantly reverberated through the frog and kind of getting swallowed again. I was fully expecting this shot here, in particular, to get repeated again, but it didn't. They're building up a rule of threes, but in a bit of a different way. So once, twice now, and then 3 times when it happens to both Aqua and Megumin. As we saw here, today's result, we killed 2 toads. We killed 2 more later on, as well as the one that Megumin destroys. Okay, there's our math. Either way, then, in the plot department, we decide to put out this little flyer here. I like this joke here. We have the testimonials with Aqua with the black line across the eyes, barely obfuscating who it actually is. I'm going to imagine that Aqua made this little pamphlet as well, based on this and this. Just like the little squiggle on Kazuma, not important. Aqua the best. Look at how shiny she is and stuff. And yeah, just these fake testimonials of like, oh, it solved my blindness and made my skin clear up and everything. It's just all bullshit. Good joke. Again, analyzing comedy is pretty hard. The amount of times you just say, this is funny. Explaining why something's funny, there's a quote about that I remember. Yeah, here it is. E.B. White, apparently. Explaining a joke is like dissecting a frog. You understand it better, but the frog dies in the process. So again, it's not as funny, right? If I just go, hey, this is why it's funny. So maybe I try to avoid that. Also, I will not continue with Amazon. I don't know what you're talking about. Either way, now we meet Megumin. Again, it's very hard to exist in an anime sphere on the internet and not know about this character. From what I understand, the character that kind of launched Ria Takahashi into superstardom as well. Again, the eye patch is a dead giveaway for some Chuny stuff. Generally, see here, Chunibyo and Other Delusions. Which is a very interesting show as well. Just like the cute Chuny thing going on. You know, your mileage may vary. I find it cute still. And of course, we love an undercut in the show already. Like this huge, glorious Chuny speech about how I am the best mage ever. We think that, you know, she's making fun of us, and then she drops down, I haven't eaten anything in 3 days. Like, there's a mismatch, right? If you really are what you say you are, then why can't you afford to eat? We soon find out why by the end, for sure. I love making fun of the parents' names as well, and all the ridiculousness of it. Probably a joke that runs better in Japanese, but the names are still very ridiculous. Of course, we order her some food and, of course, bring her along, at least for this quest anyway. The goal here becomes to distract the frogs while Megumin charges up whatever the hell her attack's going to be. And Aqua gets all gung-ho about it, right? We basically do the same joke again. She's gonna be like, oh yeah, I have super staff weapon and I'm gonna destroy the frog. And I love the instant cut this time to her just instantly in the frog's mouth. Fantastic. Also a really subtle one, like the different colors on the frogs to differentiate them from everything else. Pretty well done. Here we have probably the standout piece of animation overall. We have Megumin's giant explosion attack. Look at that. I think the effects work there is actually pretty nice, right? Actually really nicely framed too. I like this line here running through and then kind of the spiral building around that. A lot of particles and stuff. And the voice performance definitely sells it too. Of course, the effects turned up a notch. I love this starry stuff here as we continue. This POV shot as we descend, and then the explosion occurs. She doesn't say explosion yet, but I get the feeling that she will. The explosion's so powerful that it draws Aqua and her other frog in from, like it draws in energy, like we're trying to like hold back against it. And producing a crater of this size for a frog that is supposedly this small. Seems pretty strong. However, of course, we love an undercut in the show, and Megumin has fallen. It turns out her gimmick is going to be, hey, I can do 1 giant explosion spell a day, but that's it. Then I'm out. I'm out of mana, I'm out of energy, I will collapse. And then there was another frog nearby. Interesting shot, by the way. Another frog nearby that runs on over and eats her. That kind of thing, to the point where we have 2 people being eaten by frogs. Kazuma defeats both, making up 5, rounding out the 5, and we can pop on over to the guild and get paid. However, Kazuma is now having second thoughts about Megumin, now seeing what her limitation is. That's why nobody else wants her as a party member. And apparently the frog gunk stinks as well, right? And yeah, apparently, like, she can learn new spells, but she is truly devoted to the art of explosion to the point where she won't. Is she stupid? And yeah, one of my favorite moments here for sure as well. Like, finding out both of you are useless and the thumb up as a result. I've definitely seen thumb up before as kind of a meme from this show. So yeah, I like this. Just seeing eye to eye finally. It's really good. The struggle here between Kazuma and Megumin. Megumin realizes that she's going to get dumped again, doesn't want to take no for an answer, and brings in kind of, I guess, the general populace in on it, right? You assume that when they're covered in some slimy stuff, there's two women around and Kazuma's here, that Kazuma must have been doing something a little bit untoward. Megumin notices it and starts to press this as an advantage, saying some less than savory things about what Kazuma has been up to. And yeah, she joins party. It's being kind of reflected here by this shot we saw from last episode where it's like, oh yeah, bucket on head. Finally washing after the day, getting all that kind of gunk off, right? But I mean, there was a shot of Kazuma and Aqua doing this last episode. Means you've been ingratiated into the gang. We finally get paid and stuff, which is nice. I feel like this, like, guild character as well, you might stick around. Your design's probably strong enough to do so. Not to mention, you know, the rest of the design as well. So then we have Kazuma worrying about what to do next. There's 3 quests available, one about a white wolf, one about magical resistance, and then another one about sword training, none of which seem like will be very much up our alley. We get a few introductory shots here. Hey, hello, Darkness. Yeah, seems like a pretty serious female knight type character. Except, look at this. Look at the vignetting here, and the deep breathing and stuff, and the focus on the lips, and the heavy breathing and blush, and that kind of thing. It becomes pretty obvious where this character's flaw may lie. Something to explore next episode, for sure. And yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say. I thought the opening was a bit of a banger, if I'm honest, right? Not really all that much in the lyrics department to analyze, I won't say, but definitely a fun opening for sure. I love the animation towards the end, like really strong scene coming through. Like here, all this stuff with the explosion. It feels like we're on a quest. It feels really cool. It looks like Kazuma finally gets some Kazuma drip too, which is nice too. Just in general, just really fun animation. Good stuff. ED's solid too. I actually really like the aesthetic. It reminds me a lot of there's one Nichijou ED that goes for a similar thing here with kind of just like the general land and the general community. Before we go into a bit of a different stuff as we continue, right, a little bit more of a character focus, but I really like that Nichijou ED, and this is definitely reminding me of that. So yeah, I mean, that was episodes 1 and 2 of Konosuba, something God's Blessing, or whatever the hell. I had fun. This was a good show. Again, hesitancy coming into this for sure, but I think we've come out on the other side, and this is something that is definitely watchable. It's supremely watchable, and I think that's all it really needs to be. Cute characters, great voice performances, seems funny, is pretty easygoing for a weekend slot, as my weekends have become increasingly busy. Just seems like we're just hitting that perfect spot. I think it's really good. Yeah, I'm pretty steadfast on that. Either way, expect more episodes as we continue. I'm foreseeing next weekend as being very busy, so probably 2 at a maximum. I'd be thinking next week. But other than that, fucking double thumbs up. We're having a good time here for sure. I didn't really explain this before, but I'll be reading YouTube comments on the videos again, so please include said comments. I don't know how many are going to be doing deep dives into Konosuba lore, like I have been getting for Utena lately, but we'll see. We'll see if there's any fun little tidbits here and there and that kind of thing. Either way, thanks for watching and stuff, just some chill stuff. So if you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join Discord, love Discord, Discord. And I'll be back next week for some more Konosuba. Looking forward to that then, and thank you for watching and stuff. Rightio. Catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.